welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing Sunday. Today we're reading Exodus 5 to 6, but we'll have a small recap on Exodus 4, which is titled Miraculous Signs for Moses. Moses answered, "What if they won't believe me and will not obey me, but say, 'The Lord did not appear to you'?" The Lord asked him, "What is that in your hand?" "A staff," he replied. "Throw it on the ground," he said. So Moses threw it on the ground. It became a snake, and he ran from it. The Lord told Moses, "Stretch out your hand and grab it by the tail." So he stretched out his hand and caught it, and it became a staff in his hand. "This will take place," he continued, "so that they will believe that the Lord, the God of their ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has appeared to you." Down to verse 8, it says, if they will not believe you and will not respond to the evidence of the first sign, they may believe the evidence of the second sign. And if they don't believe even these two signs or listen to what you say, take some water from the Nile and pour it on the ground, on the dry ground. The water you take from the Nile will become blood on the ground. But Moses replied to the Lord, "Please, Lord, I have never been eloquent, either in the past or recently or since you have been speaking to your servant, because my mouth and my tongue are sluggish." The Lord said to him, "Who placed the mouth on humans? Who makes a person... that's kind of upsetting, but... Who makes a person mute or deaf, seeing or blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go, I will help you speak, and I will teach you what to say." And I'll end it there. And then Moses returns to Egypt. So before he went to Egypt, he went to his father-in-law Jethro and asked for permission. Not permission, but like he technically says, "Please let me return to my relatives in Egypt and see if they're still alive." And Jethro said to Moses, "Go in peace." My notes, however, said that eloquent means kind of like being able to persuade someone by the way you talk. Sluggish is slow to speak. And I also said that oh, ouch, don't keep second guessing God like he's not the creator of all. He like he don't see and hear everything, because he does. Have faith. He wouldn't have chosen you if he didn't think you were capable. Verse 21 says, the Lord instructed, so that's when he gets to Egypt. The Lord instructed Moses, "When you go back to Egypt, make sure you do before Pharaoh all the wonders that I have put within your power. But I will harden his heart so that he won't let the people go." Down to verse 22, it says, "Israel is my first son. I told you, let my son go so that he may worship me, but you refused to let him go. Look, I am about to kill your firstborn son." That's what the Lord is telling Moses to tell Pharaoh. And verse 30th is when Moses gets reunited with his brother Aaron, and it says that I want to read the part where it says, "When they heard that the Lord had paid attention to them and that he had seen their misery, they knelt low and worshipped." So that's when Moses and Aaron went to tell everybody, all the Israelites, what God has told Moses, right? And my note says, "Why would the Lord harden Pharaoh's heart?" I did write it down, but I don't know where it went. Anyway, I'll just keep reading because I forgot where I answered that question. Okay, but I also wrote, "It is far more important and more beneficial for others to see the fruit of God's guidance in your life than to hear you explain all that you believe God has said to you." I also said that Pharaoh got warned. He did not only reject the oh wait. That's for verse 5. I'll read it right now. The title says Moses confronts Pharaoh. Later Moses and Aaron went in and said to Pharaoh, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Let my people go so that they may hold a festival for me in the wilderness." But Pharaoh responded, "Who is the Lord that I should Yo, Pharaoh. Pharaoh said, "Who is the Lord that I should obey him by letting Israel go? I don't know the Lord, and besides, I will not let Israel go." They answered, "The God of the Hebrews has met with us. Please let us go on a 3-day trip into the wilderness, so that we may sacrifice to the Lord our God, or else he may strike us with plague or sword." The king of Egypt said to them, "Moses and Aaron, why are you causing the people to neglect their work? Get to your labor." Pharaoh also said, "Look, the people of the land are so numerous, and you will stop them from their labor." That day Pharaoh commanded the overseers of the people as well as their foremen, "Don't continue to supply the people with straw for making bricks as before. They must go and gather straw for themselves, but require the same quota of bricks for them as they were making before. Do not reduce it, for they are slackers. That is why they are crying out, 'Let us go and sacrifice to our God.' Impose heavier work on the men, then they will be occupied with it and not pay attention to deceptive words." So the overseers and foremen of the people went out and said to them, "This is what Pharaoh says. I am not giving you straw. Go get straw yourselves wherever you can find it, but there will be no reduction at all in your workload." So the people scattered throughout the land of Egypt to gather stubble for straw. The overseers insisted, "Finish your assignment work each day just as you did when straw was provided." Then the Israelites foremen, whom Pharaoh's slave drivers had set over the people, were beaten and asked, sorry, it's very late. They asked, "Why haven't you finished making your prescribed number of bricks yesterday or today, or as you did before?" So the Israelite foreman went in and cried for help to Pharaoh. "Why are you treating your servants this way? No straw has been given to your servants, yet they say to us, 'Make bricks.'" Why did I say it like that? "Make bricks. Look, your servants are being beaten, but it is your own people who are at fault." But he said, "You are slackers. Slackers! That is why you are saying, 'Let us go sacrifice to the Lord.' Now get to work. No straw will be given to you, but you must provide the same quantity of bricks." Bruh. The Israelites' foremen saw that they were in trouble when they were told, "You cannot reduce your daily quota of bricks." When they left Pharaoh, they confronted Moses and Aaron, who stood waiting to meet them. "May the Lord take note of you and judge," they said to them, "because you have made us reek to Pharaoh and his officials, putting a sword in their hand to kill us." So Moses went back to the Lord and asked, "Lord, why have you caused trouble for this people? And why did you ever send me? Ever since I went in to Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has caused trouble for this people, and you haven't rescued your people at all." But the Lord replied to Moses, "Now you will see what I will do to Pharaoh. Because of a strong hand he will let them go, and because of a strong hand he will drive them from this land." I'll read my notes before we get to Genesis 6. Oh,
are you serious right now,
Genesis 6? Sorry, I mean Exodus 6. Okay, my notes. Okay, my notes says that... Oh, okay, that's where I almost slipped when I said Pharaoh got warned, right? He did not only reject the idea, but saw the request itself. The request of when Moses asked, "Oh, let the people go so that they could go on a 3-day journey in the wilderness to worship God," right? He did not just saw the request. Oh, He did not only he did not only
girl.
reject the request
Get it, girl. Take
itself,
her to the floor.
but he saw it as a waste of good working time. Because remember, he said, Moses, why are you causing the people to neglect their work? Get to your labor. Look, the people of the land are so numerous, you would stop them from their labor, right? Okay. And I also said that now that the idea... Oh, okay, here. Sorry. I found where I'm at. Now that the idea of freedom had entered, Pharaoh showed how he truly felt about them all. Satan sometimes seems friendly to us when we accept his lordship, but when we start to be free in Jesus, he often will try to make life difficult for us. Now we could read Genesis. I need to stop saying Genesis. Now we can read Exodus 6. Okay. But the Lord... No, we already read all that. Okay, so it's titled God Promises Freedom. Then God spoke to Moses, telling him, I am the Lord. I appeared to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as God Almighty, but I was not known to them by my name, the Lord. I also established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan, the land they lived in as aliens. Furthermore, I have heard the groaning of the Israelites, whom the Egyptians are forcing to work as slaves, and I have remembered my covenant. Therefore, tell the Israelites, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from the forced labor of the Egyptians and rescue you from slavery to them. I will redeem you, and with an outstretched arm and great acts of judgment, I will take you as my people. I will be your God. You will know that I am the Lord your God who brought you out from the forced labor of the Egyptians. I will bring you to the land that I swore to give to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I will give it to you as a possession. I am the Lord. Moses told this to the Israelites, but they did not listen to him.
Bruh.
I feel like that's us. But anyway, is this play about us? Anyway, but they did not listen to him because of their broken spirit and hard labor. Okay, that's fair. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, Go and tell Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to let the Israelites go from this land. But Moses said in the Lord's presence, If the Israelites will not listen to me, then how will Pharaoh listen to me, since I am such a poor speaker? Then the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron and gave them commands concerning both the Israelites and Pharaoh, king of the Egypt, to bring the Israelites out of the land of Egypt. So, the next one is titled Genealogy of Moses and Aaron. These are the heads of their father's family, the sons of Reuben. Okay, so we're going to read a lot of names. But mind you, after I read that, I'm going to read my notes, because I did notice a couple things. So just bear with me while I read the genealogy, right? So, these are the heads of their father's family. The sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, Hanak and Palu, Hezron and Carmi. These are the clans of Reuben. The sons of Simon, Jemuel, Jamin, Ohad, Jeshin, Zohar, and Shaul, the son of a Canaanite woman. These are the clans of Simon. These are the names of the sons of Levi, according to their family records: Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. Levi lived 137 years. The sons of Gershon, Libni, Shammai, by their clans. The son of Kohath, Hamra, Izrah, Hebron, and Uzziel. Kohath lived 133 years. The sons of Merari, Mali, and Mushi. These are the clans of the Levites according to the family records. We're almost done. Bear with me. Amram married his father's sister. So your auntie, Jochebed, and she bore him Aaron and Moses. Oh. Okay. Amram lived 137 years. The sons of Izhar, Korah, Nepheg, and Zeshri. The sons of Israel, Mishal, Elzaphan, and Sethri. Aaron married Elisheba, daughter of Aminadab and sister of Nashon. She bore him Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. The sons of Korah. We're almost done. Asir, Elkanah, and Abisat. These are the clans of the Korahites. Aaron's sons. Eleazar married one of the daughters of Putiel, and she bore him Phinehas. These are the heads of the Levite families by their clans. It was this Aaron and Moses whom the Lord told, bring the Israelites out of the land of Egypt according to their military divisions. Moses and Aaron were the ones who spoke to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, in order to bring the Israelites out of Egypt. Oh, okay. Well, I'll read a little bit of that actually. On the day the Lord spoke to Moses in the land of Egypt, he said to him, I am the Lord. Tell Pharaoh, king of Egypt, everything I am telling you. But Moses replied in the Lord's presence, since I am such a poor speaker, how will Pharaoh listen to me? Okay, now I can read my notes and then we're all done for the night. Okay, I said that one big thing that I noticed is that God reassured them before they had doubts. He warned them before they became disobedient. I will be your God. I think later on, Egyptians ended up making false god to worship because they wanted to see who they're praising. God promises are, I will bring you out. I will rescue you from bondage. I will redeem you. I will take you as my people. I will be your God. I will bring you into the land. I will give it to you as heritage. I also said that in verse 9 it says that in verse 9, what does verse 9 says? Verse 9 talked about Moses told this to the Israelites, but they did not listen to him because of their broken spirit and hard labor. I said that verse 9 is why Israel doubted both God and his messenger. Their centuries of slavery made them think like slaves instead of people of the covenant. Pharaoh was bigger in their eyes than God was. I also wrote that how God used the kids, because you know how God is using Aaron and Moses. You see how God is using Aaron and Moses, and it seems that Aaron and Moses were born from Amram marrying his father's sister, right? I said he used the kids for greatness instead of punishing them, because I don't know, it's like, because like I think it's forbidden, right? It doesn't sound right anyway. And I also said God wanted Moses to be persistent in his obedience, not to look at Pharaoh, not at the children of Israel, not even at himself, but to look at God and only God alone. Moses wanted to quit after the first step back, but God has so much more in store for you. I also wrote how God is capable of dealing with the things in our life, real or imaginable, that hinders us from being used by him. And when I was reading my commentary for Exodus 4, I noticed that I said something that I wanted to share. I said that okay. So remember when I asked the question, why would the Lord harden Pharaoh's heart? So it answered my question for me, but I forgot to read it in the moment. But anyway, that's going to be the last thing I read, because we're already done. But I said, who really hardened Pharaoh's heart? We might say that it was both God and Pharaoh, but whenever God hardened Pharaoh's heart. He never did it against Pharaoh's will. Pharaoh never said, "Oh, I want to do what is good and right, and I want to bless these people of Israel." And God answered, "No, for I will harden your heart against them." When that's not what actually happened, but anyway. When God hardened, he allowed Pharaoh's heart to do what Pharaoh wanted to do. God gave Pharaoh over to his sin. So it's like, that was already Pharaoh's desire. That was already Pharaoh's heart, Pharaoh's mindset. So God simply handed him over to his own volition. I think that's the word. So yeah, that was it, guys. I hope you guys, well, I'll be posting early, so I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you guys enjoyed Exodus 5 through 6. But remember that Exodus 7 is for homework. I'll see you guys next time, but remember that I care for you, but God cares for you way, way more. Bye-bye.